Math. Okay, welcome to the second part of factorization, which is called the difference of two squares. So sometimes this happens after you've taken out a common factor. Other times you can just do this from the start. How do I notice it's this? You will see there's only two terms. It has a minus in between, and all the terms are square numbers. So if I take the square root, it will actually work out. Then I know it's difference of two squares. I would then immediately make a bracket with a minus, a bracket with a plus, and then write down the square roots. Let's see how that looks. So for question A, I see the minus, I see all the squares, and I can make a bracket with a minus, a bracket with a plus. Now I just need to ask myself, what times what gives me 9y squared? This would be 3y. I put that on the left of each bracket. Then I move over to the right-hand side. What times what gives me 16x squared? It's 4x and 4x. That's it. That's the only thing you need to do, and that's the final answer. Question B. Okay, so bracket with a minus, bracket with a plus. Minus, plus. This one's easy. I know this is just 1 and 1. Then I need to see what times what gives me a1 x to the power 4 y squared. This would be 9x squared y. This would be 9x squared y. There we go. That is my final answer. Just a side note, if this y had an even exponent, I would have to do difference of squares again in that bracket. But it doesn't, so I can stop there. With the next one, so bracket with a minus, bracket with a plus, minus, plus. This is 8x squared. This is 8x squared. The second one, 9y to the power 4, 9y to the power 4. Okay, looks like I should be able to do difference of squares again, but 8 is not a square number, so I can stop right there. Okay, now, those were the easy ones, and that's mostly what you're going to see in tests and exams, but we also need to look at a bit more advanced sums. So when there's a bracket squared already, and then minus something else, then you need to start with block brackets, and then in there I'm going to put a minus, and then block brackets, and then a plus. Okay, so I know the last part of each bracket is just going to be y and y, and then the first part is just that bracket. So in this case, 2x plus y, and then in this one, 2x plus y. So remember, I put square brackets because if I have brackets inside brackets, I need to distinguish between the sets of brackets. So for my final answer, I'm not allowed to leave block brackets in there. So I'm just going to distribute in or see what algebra I need to do in order to get the block brackets away. In this case, there is no actual reason for the middle bracket to be there, the inside brackets. So I can just drop them and say this answer would then be 2x plus y minus y, and then in the other bracket this would be 2x plus y plus y. So then to continue the sum, I will then just simplify each bracket. So the first one just becomes 2x, and then the other one becomes 2x plus 2y. So when you do factorization, always check, is there maybe other factorizations that I can do when I think I'm done? Okay, so in this case, I can take out a 2 from the second bracket. So let's just write it as 2 times 2x, and then x plus y. Final answer for this question would then be 4x, x plus y. Now I'm done with this sum. Okay, guys, so always remember, if there's brackets inside of brackets, do block brackets. And then in your final answer, make sure everything is simplified and that you don't have block brackets in your final answer. Last question for this. I can see everything is squared and there is a minus between them. So doing a block bracket, and then I can see I'm going to put a plus and a minus. The order really doesn't matter. So in this case, this would be 7k, and then I'm just going to say, I know 25 is just going to be 5 and 5, and then I can just put the bracket. Okay, so k minus p, bracket, k minus p. Okay, so there the difference of squares are done, but now I need to make sure it's simplified and there isn't brackets in brackets. So final answer in this case would be 7k minus 5k plus 5p, and then 7k plus 5k minus 5p. Okay, so this isn't actually the final answer because there's like terms in the brackets. So now I promise this is the final answer. So 7 minus 5 gives me 2k plus 5p. Just put that in a bracket. And then with the other one, 12k minus 5p. There we go. That is the final answer. So this was difference of two squares. You are going to see this a lot in math, and in later grades it's going into other parts of math as well, and it doesn't just stick to algebra. Make sure you understand this and practice it a bit more if you don't.
If this video helped you, please like and subscribe.
J Math.